Hey, today I'm going to be showing you my Christmas train layout, my little Christmas village that I've been setting up for the past couple years now. Making this video for two reasons. One, because this has been something I've been meaning to do because I really like the way this turned out, and as fate would have it, SMT Mainline, another model train YouTuber on the website, is doing a contest where you send him videos of your Christmas layout and he'll rate them, and whoever has the best one gets a prize. So I'm doing this for, just for you guys, if you guys are interested in, because there's a chance I could get something out of it, and, that's always nice. So, I guess I'll try to keep this kind of brief for the contest, because I don't want to waste this time too much. I'll just kind of go through all the bits and pieces of the layout. So this layout isn't to scale or anything. This isn't like a model or anything. I would not consider this like a model village. But I think that, it's a Christmas layout, so it doesn't need to be superficial or, we're allowed to have fun, I guess. So we'll start over here. This is kind of just a row of stores we have. I think that's a rectory, yeah. That's a pickle shop, I think, which is kind of weird. There's our bakery, and that is apple store, I guess. So yeah, kind of have the people holding all the apples walking from there. I'm trying to keep this kind of brief, so I'll just kind of show you. Here's the orchestra playing in front of the church. So for the record, most of the stuff on this layout is from Dickens Village, which is based off of the classic story Christmas Carol, which we'll see a few references to here and there. The only model village stuff that isn't are these people and benches, I think, right here. These I don't know where they came from, but you can definitely see that they're a bit more, I guess, glass-like and kind of don't really fit the time period well, but whatever. I don't mind too much. So here's our church, and also these guys are not Dickens. I don't know what exact company made them, but when I visited England actually about a year ago, I thought that they would be neat additions and just kind of a reminder. So they're guarding the church here, I guess. Here's a nice little Christmas bench, a wall, and mailbox. Here's one of those other more glassy people. He's kind of hard to find a place for, so we just kind of hide him around the layout. He's kind of a sneaky sort, I guess. Here's a little clock. These are some little railway fences, I guess. So here's the main road that leads into town, and I figured that since this time period is kind of old-timey, roads only went to like the big houses and all that. They didn't really go too many places, so I don't bother too much, and because we only have two pieces of road. So let's look at our vehicles. These two don't really fit the time period at all. This is a Model Power HO Christmas van. So this is really the only thing HO scale on here, besides the train. Here's a Coca-Cola car, because I think Coca-Cola has always kind of been associated with Christmas. That's just kind of a die-cast toy, no real relation. And this is Dickens Village. This is a horse-drawn cart carrying all these people to the house over there. That's nice. Here's a family, in my sort of mythos of this town, I guess. That's their house. Here's our first Christmas Carol reference. This is Bob Cratchit and Tiny Tim. And that would be the Cratchit household, as you can see on that sign. And you can see, I think that's probably Martha and Belinda Cratchit eating. And don't ask me how I know so much about Christmas Carol lore, I just do. So moving on. So I think that's just kind of no, that's a tea shop. Sorry, I thought it was a house for a second, but no, it's a tea shop. Here's one of my favorite pieces. This is Scrooge's house. And if you know the story Christmas Carol, Scrooge was visited by three spirits, and we can see him in there, dancing around and tormenting him as he stands in fright. I definitely like the moving pieces. They're really neat. So yeah, that's definitely one of my favorites. Here's the music shop. You can see a little, I think that's a cello or bass in there. Maybe not, I don't really know. And here's Scrooge and Marley's, which is the shop that Scrooge and Bob Cratchit work at, of course. And there's the man himself, Scrooge, walking all grumpily. I believe this is nephew Fred, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Back on the main road, here's the China Trader shop and a poultry shop. I really didn't have anywhere else to put these, so I just put them there. So moving back over here, behind the church, this is the graveyard scene, which is a pretty iconic scene from the story, where the ghost of Christmas Future is telling Scrooge about all his mistakes, and he says, "This grave is yours, unless you obviously change your ways," which he does. So this is the newest piece of the layout. I got it just earlier this year. I really like it because the ghost is all lit up, and it really just adds a lot to it. And back here, this is probably my favorite piece. This is the swan pool, which has all the swans dancing around in there and skating on the ice. I think this scene is just really cool and cute, and it really adds a lot to the layout. So, yeah, that's pretty much the little tour. Sorry if I didn't keep it brief enough, but there it was, and in just a second I'll get the train moving and show off that, and then we'll see it in the dark, all lighted up. So here's the main train, which we have on the tracks for most of the time. This is I think it's early 2000s model power set, which I got on eBay a couple years back for the first time we put on this village. Also, sorry if you hear a bell in the background, that's my cat walking around. So yeah, a couple years ago we got this. We got a really good deal on it for eBay, because it came with this whole set, the Loop of Easy Track, and this car right here. So all that for about 70 bucks, I think. It was a really good find, and I'm happy we found it, or when we did. So we have this F7 locomotive all decked out, and see old St. Nick right there, holiday spirits. This is probably my favorite car, the Three Elves Eggnog. Have the North Pole tree service with the little mini Christmas trees in it. Mr. Frosty's refrigeration service with the snowman. And here's the caboose, of course. So I know this doesn't really fit the time period of Christmas Carol, but I don't really care that much. So I'll get it moving, and we'll see it on the tracks a bit. So yeah, let me just go back to my controls and get this thing moving. So yeah, sorry if you can't really hear me over it. This set is full die-cast, so this is a complete metal train. So it is going to be kind of loud, so I think I'll turn it off just for the time being, because there's one more, I call it a locomotive, but it really isn't. There's one more thing I want to show you. Here's our other power unit. This is really cute and probably one of the favorite things in the whole set, or layout, I guess. This is a Bachmann Elf and Santa Gandy Dancer, or hand car, whatever you want to call it. This is a, it's really cute. It's probably the smallest motorized unit that I own in my entire collection. And yeah, I got this a couple years back. And yeah, I just had to have it because I really like Christmas. Obviously, I do all this, I'm kind of crazy for it. And yeah, and it does run surprisingly well too. So we'll get them running together, because the Gandy Dancer is, I think, a bit slower than this, so we can actually run them for about a minute without them colliding, and then we can just, because that's so small, we just pick it up and put it at the end again, and no crash happens. So I'll run these for a couple minutes, or seconds, whatever, and then I'll turn off the lights and we'll see the layout all lit up, because I think that's part of the magic here. So let's get it going. So I'll leave this video off with this last shot of the Christmas village with the lights down and all the houses and stores and everything just lit up for you to see. The lights aren't too great because we just kind of have these cheap little LEDs, but you know, that's not really what it's about in my opinion. It's not about making everything perfectly to scale and making sure that none of the lights are where they're not supposed to be or anything. It's just about having fun and making this little magical village. So yeah. I'll get the train going up again, show off its little headlight it has. And yeah, with that, I'll bring this video to an end. Good luck to everyone else who enters the contest, and I'm kind of excited to see how I compare to everyone else, because I do love Christmas layouts, as you can tell. And yeah, SMT, if you're watching this, thanks. I'm glad that you took some time out of your day to look at my little setup here. And anyone else, thanks for watching. I'm glad you stuck around this long and are able to enjoy this with me. Alright, well, thanks for watching, bye for now, and have a Merry Christmas.